Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be quick, simple messages for the week ahead from the 16th to the 22nd. Like the video and comment. And like I said, the signs that I see who are putting more effort into liking the video and comment, I will do more of their sign. Okay, if you want to book a read, it's in the description box, or you can just comment and ask me if you want to read and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so it's happy birthday. I don't know when your birthday is, but it's soon. And you can really feel the Aries energy coming up. So you can really feel like the need for action coming up, which is good. Wheel of Fortune. So this is interesting. So some of you might be thinking about there might be something to do with a car here. So some of you do need to be aware if you've got a car, be aware if you're travelling. This can be with the Mercury retrograde. We're coming out of the post phase, so we can still have some problems, okay? This is things that come back from our past that we've not dealt with. It could be debts. But with the Mercury retrograde, I would be careful with the unexpected. Okay, so let's clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, yeah, now's not the time for action. That's what they're saying to you. So we just said that at the beginning. I feel like you can feel your birthday energy. Now's not the time to book a flight or a holiday. Now's not the time to buy a new car. The reason for this is because we're in the post phase we're still in Mercury retrograde. So you're being told, even though your energy is like getting excited for your season, be aware of the time that we're in, okay? Because Mercury retrograde finishes on the 20th of March, and then you've got a bit of post shadow. So what should Aries be doing this week? So try not to be reactive this week. Try not to buy new things. This is really cool though. So this is just feeling good, like the sun is your energy. And then with Friedrich Nietzsche, this is kind of figuring out like you're feeling good, you're putting things into action. I think some of you naturally are just going to be feeling better. This is spending time in the sun. It's enjoying yourself. It's kind of focusing on the now. So don't really focus on new things. Don't really plan too much until Mercury goes forward next week. But I love this. I feel like the message this week is there's a lot of energy available to you, and I think it's positive. Okay. What do they need to be aware of this week, please? What does Aries need to be? The Empress. So like I said, I feel like with your birthday season coming up, this is kind of, we have this urge to want to spend. We have this urge to want to spend our money or buy new things or maybe book expensive holidays, and you're being told don't do that right now. Be excited by all means, but be smart. Okay, so let me see what energy, because this is very, very interesting. So I'm going to say for some of yous, like with the World card reversed, like some of yous might not be feeling too good. And I do think that sometimes when we're not feeling too good, then we want to compensate. Right, that's what money is about. That's what materialism is about. We kind of want to compensate in some way. Maybe we eat too much. Maybe we book expensive holidays. Maybe we buy things we can't afford. And we've got to look at why we're doing that. Now, in your season, I think you're going to be able to do that, but it's just not wise right now. Okay? So some of yous, I'm going to have to say that you're not really feeling too good where you're at. And you might want change. But I feel like now's not a good time to like make too many big changes. Now's a good time to reflect, to write goals down, to wait for the energy to shift into your season, and then you'll be ready. And I think as well, by just enjoying life. For me, the sun, the person who's in the sun, is a person who enjoys the little things. It could be a walk in nature, it could be a nice movie, good music, coffee. You know, not all good things come from buying expensive things or doing big things. We can have a lot of enjoyment from small things. And I do think that's a message this week. And then I just saw 444, so some of you might want to look at the meaning of 444. But I think what's happening for you is you're feeling your season, right? And some of you I'm getting, you want to like do a whole new makeover, or you want to kind of be excessive, and you need just to be a little bit more patient, because once you move into your season, then it'll be much better, right? But not right now. Because sometimes if we make big decisions in a Mercury retrograde, like buying a car, buying a house, booking a holiday, it can come with a lot of weight. It can come with a lot of problems later. So let's ask what you should be doing this week. Okay, staying exactly where you are. I feel like a big message for Aries this week is don't go making any big radical changes. Like, now's not the time. That's what I'm hearing. And then we've got that Ten of Wands, which is what I was talking about. So the Ten of Wands is some of you might be feeling like this. So I'm going to say what I'm picking this reading up as is, this is a person who, because the energy is building into fire, you want action, right? You want, you're tired of feeling weighed down. You want to kind of break free in some way, but you need to think things through, okay? Because that's when we tend to make our biggest mistakes, when we are trying to get out of something, or we're not feeling the happiest, and then we make a big choice, and then it can backfire, okay? But I feel like this week, working on your energy is a big one. Being grateful, remembering that small, simple things can bring a lot of beauty as well as big changes. So in other words, small changes can have a big impact just as much as big changes, okay? Because I do get a sense of like Aries is moving into their season, and it's like, you know what Aries can be like when it's their season. It's like, okay, it's me time now, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think you need to apply caution. So I'm getting a Gemini or a Taurus who's a problem as well. There's another message that just came through, which is, are you doing it for you, or are you doing it to prove something to somebody else? Is the car for you, or is it for the people around you, right? These images that you're putting on Instagram, is it for you, or is it to prove something to someone else? You know? So this is, I heard the message, don't go broke trying to look rich. So there could also be a message there as well. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So cars are coming up a lot, and just wanting to look good and feel good, and but some of you might get yourself into a lot of problems later on with the choices you make this week. Now, I'm not saying don't buy the car, I'm not saying don't have the makeover, I'm not saying don't take the trip, but this is where you're thinking through what you're doing, and you're being patient, not reactive, and so you're not going to get caught out later on, okay? Okay, the blessings for this week for Aries, please. Okay, so I feel like the blessings for you this week is kind of you doing what you're doing. And for the Aries who are doing it from a place of for themselves, this is where you're not asking anybody's permission. It's like, I'm doing this for me, and I'm not asking your permission. Because I do think a lot of people in life, they tend to be asking other people, is this okay? Like, can I dress like this? Can I buy this? Can I, you know? So for the Aries who are in the power and they're just doing it for themselves, this is a good week. I'm also getting a sense of just not wanting stress. So what I would say is some of you are really, really just keeping to yourself, and you just don't want to be around people who weigh you down or bring negativity, or add stress. There's like an exciting energy. Okay, and what can they progress in this week, please? King of Pentacles. So money. So I feel like now's a good time with the Mercury retrograde to like just keep building, keep working, and then you can start investing later on. King of Pentacles is someone who's like building a lot of money, taking money very seriously. The head is down in work. Okay. For the Aries woman, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, I think you could progress with this person. And I think it comes down to, because you're not forcing the relationship, your energy is focused on yourself. everything you're doing is for yourself. It's not to be like, look at what I'm wearing, look at what I've got. It's for you. And that's the right message to send to the world, right? And I think whoever this earth sign is, I think he likes that. Because this is a woman who's in her power and she doesn't have nothing to prove, right? For the Aries man, I feel like this could be, maybe this is a person, a boss, or a person around you who's starting to see your confidence, they're starting to see your potential. And so this could be someone who invests in you or supports you or promotes you. So I think I heard hang fire. So because we're still in Pisces season, because we're still in Mercury retrograde, this is kind of where the energy's building and your confidence is building. But you need to just be a little, just a little cautious. Okay, so I heard especially with people, so you do have this Three of Cups. So I'm going to ask why this is. So when I said you need to just be cautious and careful, this Three of Cups came out. So let's ask why. Okay. So it could just be, again, that you end up in a situation where you get a little bit, there's a need for control. The Chariot is where you're enjoying your life, but you're also staying in control, right? Because this is where we start spending and then it becomes a problem. It's where we start going out a bit too much and then it starts becoming, you need moderation right now. Just a bit of moderation, right? Yeah. Especially if you're not in the best place within yourself. For the Aries who are kind of feeling burdened and weighed down, now's a good time to keep to yourself. Now's a good time to work on yourself, your healing. Because again, sometimes like we can only do it for ourselves. What I mean by this is like, sometimes when we're not in a good place, we go looking for certain people or we go looking for things to fill up that thing that is weighing us down, but it just makes more problems. This is a stunning week if you're just grateful and if you really listen to this advice. Okay, I am getting, obviously there's a lot going on in the world, and so this can be you're stuck in certain countries and those countries are being affected by what's going on in the world. So there could also be a message this week too. Don't allow the world, the propaganda, the external reality to take away your peace, right? We've been going into World War III for the last 5 years. We're waiting, so just do not focus on, a lot of people, they love it, right? It fills up the life, it gives them something to talk about, it's stimulation. But smart people are just like, okay, I can't control that. Obviously, if you're in a country where the country's being heavily affected, you need to protect your interests, and that's it. There's something around that as well. But I love this for you this week. Things aren't perfect, right? We've got here a person who maybe they've been betrayed, maybe they've been hurt, maybe not, they're not in the best place of their life right now. But this is a person who's working on the healing. So this is someone who's making an active effort to be happy. This is someone who, instead of sitting around brooding, feeling sorry for themselves, becoming self-destructive, this is someone who's taking the right steps. They're going out in nature, they're taking walks, they're doing meditation, they're connecting to the higher consciousness. This is somebody who, they could go on the road to self-destruction. They could start spending the money, they could do all of this, but instead they're taking smart steps. And remember what we talked about before, which is balance and moderation. Okay. Okay, so there is other messages around, like I said, some of you, I feel like your circumstances right now are not the best circumstances and you do want a much better life, but instead of complaining, you're showing gratitude. It's like, okay, there's definitely more I want for my life. Maybe you're single, maybe you haven't got the money you want, it's not perfect, but instead of brooding and being in that kind of sulky energy, this is a person who's looking at what they do have, and again, instead of acting out and being destructive, they're taking smart steps. Similar to, this is people who maybe they're starting to build success, but this is a person who is like, if I can't pay for it 3 times, I'm not paying for it at all. right? It's smart investment, it's smart thinking, okay? That's it. So the Seven of Pentacles this week is about keeping your head down, working hard, being careful with your own energy. Don't trust people too much right now. These might be people who want to take you out, they might want to book a holiday. Listen to your instinct right now because it won't lead you astray. Okay, you've got plans, you've got goals. Don't get wrapped up in other people. Listen to your instinct around what they're offering you this week. And then the Seven of Pentacles is putting your head down and it's working hard. And then there's also another message around when it's your season, which is really soon, then you can go and have a bit of fun. But this is a week for moderation, balance, patience, and being smart. Like the video and comment if you want to see more Aries videos, and if you want to read, you can check the link in the description or you can look in the comment section. I'll speak to you soon.